jumps down and slides down the hill. I see shots going above his head.
So she's like, oh, great, on her one day off, you're trying to romance this Pan Am chick. I'm like, honey, it's V, it's not me. Come on.
Brought back some old Catholic school memories, did it?
Oh, man, yeah, you just... Okay, you know the DMV sloth?
I know you're going with this.
Yeah, this guy.
You're listening to On the Rewind. Okay, and welcome back to On the Rewind, broadcasting on Amherst Island 101.3 FM, and anywhere you listen to podcasts online, we're probably there. Thank you so much for coming in and listening to our holiday special. With how our shows come out, we're pretty much smack dab in the middle of Christmas and New Year's, so we're here to celebrate it with you. The start of the episode is going to be a little bit Christmas heavy, and then near the end we're going to kind of wrap her up with New Year's. So I'm going to kick it over to my co-host with the most, Derek, to hear about what your Christmas was like.
I'm going to jump into what Christmas used to be back when it was, you know, at that childhood magical spark before I get into the gritty of this year.
I like it.
All right. So, Maya, this is back when I was little, and, you know, when less people in the family had the gray hair, and I didn't have some gray hair. So we had back out way over in Shannonville, my grandma and at the time her husband had this great property, and like there's ATV trails. They had a pool there during the summer, but it was always that big, like almost that Home Alone big family dinner, except for instead of pizzas it was actually like, you know, turkey, ham.
Yeah,
there's pies, there is a little bit of mischief in the air. Well, the mistletoes were going and everything else like that, as in people were sneaking pie before everyone else got to eat and stuff like that, including my little brother. There was a time he got into some raspberry pie, and they told him that's bad because he got into it before everyone had even ate dinner. He's like, and while his mouth was full, he's like, no, that's good.
yeah.
And yeah, I don't know, when we grew up, it used to be snow back in like November.
Yeah, it was just fog this year. That kind of stunk.
I didn't mind it for driving to work since I didn't get too many holidays this year, but that's the thing about, like, as a kid and being an adult, you're like, oh, snow as a kid, snow days, yeah, tobogganing, everything else. And as an adult, it's like, okay, how many idiots are on the 401 today, and do I have to choose the imaginary lane today? But no, this year it was just, I don't know, it was almost a little grim. Just a lot of things were going on. Had some of my partner's family end up in the hospital. They're fine now. They're getting out this weekend. But we found out that they were going in kind of right before Christmas. And then as we were getting that news, I woke up to hear a lot of ambulance and other sirens at the kind of first thing in the morning. I'm like, somebody's having a bad Christmas. And then we were out grabbing, like, you know, the family. We had a long work week. Everyone was kind of tired, so we ended up all kind of chipping for McDonald's. Yeah, that's a Christmas
Hey,
dinner right
family
there.
yeah, dinner with families, dinner with family, man.
Yeah. And so while that, we were going by and saw someone getting their car repo, and it was really sad because you saw, like, you know, the child seat and everything else like that kicking out. It's not a happy Christmas for everybody else, but at the same time, it was just kind of, I'm that much more grateful that I'm in an okay spot. And my family's in an okay spot. Again, it was another with two grandmas that at both points were supposed to be terminal. I got another Christmas with them.
Yeah, you make it count.
Yeah. So it's one of those things. Plenty to be grateful for. Happy that we were able to celebrate everything. We kept it small. We went to a couple different cool things before the actual Christmas thing. Me and the partner went to this little vendor market out in Colburn that it's based out of the spa. I'd have to scratch my noggin for the name, but one of the
Nordic?
things that they had. Sorry?
Nordic Spa?
No.
I know that's somewhere out there.
But while we were there, they had this little fake igloo set up. It was like, it's like all the piping poles and stuff like that make an igloo in a plastic tarp. But they had so many like fur blankets and over the chairs and on the ground, and had like a little stove and everything else to keep you warm, and a little cootery board and everything else. And I had
Oh,
got to have some spiked hot chocolate with some Baileys.
that is sick.
Yeah.
That's a good experience.
No, it's alright. And that's where I meant though, when you and Kayla stopped by to get you guys to try this. I've never seen salsa done this way, but it was
Apple
done with
salsa.
fruit. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
I brought
yeah.
up the other one.
Yeah, I know.
But
And it's funny because I actually, after we left here, almost turned around because I was like, we didn't get to try the goddamn apple salsa.
yeah, well, you'll have to
Yeah,
swing by this weekend.
yeah. Because, yeah, oh man, that pissed me right off.
But
Um,
other than that, it was pretty good. Very nostalgic for the old days back when, I don't know, there, you could feel like there was actual magic in the world there, kind of sense when you're
yeah,
younger.
yeah.
That little, like, rose tinted glasses, you get a little like, but you know what, when you give like the gifts to like the little ones and you see that magic in their eyes still, that's just kind of, it's like, yeah,
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
you're still doing it right.
No, that's awesome.
All right, and yours?
All right. So, I can't wait to have kids. Don't want kids, but I can't wait to have them so everyone else drives to me for Christmas. Because we drove to Kingston Christmas Eve, drove to Napanee Christmas Day, and Ajax and Oshawa. So we actually went Ajax, Oshawa, Ajax, Boxing Day. So it was pretty much just a whole weekend of driving, which kind of stunk, but it was great to see some family, do some things there. Just kind of like go with our next segment is traditions, just for a little insider peek to everyone. But something that is kind of like a personal tradition that me and my partner Kayla have always done is every year when we get a bunch of things for Christmas, we go into our house and we do a deep spring cleaning and take out all the old stuff to put the new stuff in. And like, then also you look in and you're like, how the hell did this stay here for so long? This is half of a rice cooker that goes in the microwave. Like, and that actually was something I found. It was one half. There wasn't the other half to make it operate. It was just stuff like that we ended up looking through. And we got out of our kitchen alone 3 contractor bags full of random stuff. And Derek's giving me a puzzled look right now because he's actually been in my house. My kitchen is small. Those 3 contractor bags, when they were in the middle of the kitchen, pretty much took up any walking space in that kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those cupboards are deep. And also I must say, it's like not like they were filled to the brim, but like it was more like weight wise, like there was glass in most of them. But yeah, we threw out, like at least 20 mugs, full glass set that was from Walmart, kept breaking on us.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got, and thankfully we actually, from an aunt of mine, got a full brand new sturdy glass set. I'm like, thank God. But so anyways, this is all going to the fact of we were sitting here with 3 contractor bags full of stuff to throw out. And then in the back, where I keep my garbage, is 3 full cans of garbage. And I'm like, last time we put out this much stuff in front of our house, the bums got into it and spread it everywhere, which was great. So I'm like, I'm not doing that again. You know what? I have the key, I do security, and I know the whole security system for my work. We're going to go to work and we're going to throw this stuff out at like 11 p.m. on Christmas night or day, whichever you want to call it. So we're driving there. We get there, unlock the store, grab the key to get into the other building, to grab the key to get into the dumpsters, throw everything out, put the key back into place that I had to lock up. And then I'm going into the main store, putting the keys back in the main building. And as I'm doing that, Kayla is in the truck idling and just out front of the door. I get out from the back room and I look on the cameras and there's like this big truck right next to her. And I'm like, what am I looking at? It must be a customer who just like is really desperate. I get outside, after I arm the thing, lock it up, and I go over and the guy goes, "Oh, sweet. Okay, it's you. Hey, yeah, sorry, we just boxed your girl's truck in. Yeah, we didn't recognize you because they were the weed store guys. And by the way, for anyone who's just listening for the first time, I work at a smoke shop on a reservation. So it's a dangerous reservation, not those sweet ones that some people are talking about. It's not a great one. So, anyways, um, Kayla was just sitting in the truck and just listening to music or something, and then a boosted up, brand new Ram just comes squealing into the parking lot, boxes her in so she'd have to back out. The weed store owner gets up with a gun and sits on, like, he's standing up over the truck, kind of, you know what I'm talking about? Where he has
Yeah.
like 1 foot on, he's just sitting like that, so he's ready to hop back in and get into the truck and chase. And the other guy hops out, he goes, "Hey, what are you doing?" And Kayla, God bless her, she goes, "Oh no, no, we're closed. It's closed." And the guy goes, "Then why the F did we just see a guy go in there?" And Kayla goes, "Uh, well, we work here." He goes, "Oh my god, I thought I recognized you. Yeah, you're the cute one that's in the gas bar all the time, right?" She goes, "Yes, yes. I think I recognize you too." She didn't at all. He goes, "Yeah, I'm the guy that works in the weed store all the time." And he goes, "Oh, that's so funny." And Kayla's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah.
yeah.
After.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah." I told some other, like, I told people that actually have lived on the res, they're like, usually it's like they would have like beaten your truck up quite a bit and then started asking what's going on. So we lucked right out with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of like the biggest whoa story from my Christmas that was like very interesting because, yeah, besides that, everything else was just holiday dinners, all
Yeah, I
that
might
sort of
need one
stuff.
of these after that story, knowing you.
Yeah, oh, it was a big one. Um, But yeah, so like I said, after we wrapped up our Christmases, I kind of want to talk about some holiday traditions that either of us share. It's always kind of fun to like hear out different people's experiences that they think is super obvious everyone else is doing. Then it turns out no one else is doing it. And this is just their kind of family's quirky thing. Do you have any of those from this year, past years?
One thing we did do was we played this. Oh, it's gonna bother me now that I don't know the name, but it's essentially so it's endorsed by Jeff Foxworthy. It's a Cards Against Humanity, but more appropriate.
Oh, okay.
Let me just pull it up here. Okay. Relatively Insanity, and it's more PG. It still has like one or two cards that say something about sex, but
Yeah.
it's not. It's you're not looking at a certain site's category.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
The Cards
yeah.
Against Humanity does. So we played that because I have played Cards Against Humanity with her folks, and it went over well with her sibling, and that's about it.
Oh, really? That's really funny. I don't
Yeah,
know. I feel
because
bad
we
for
started
you.
this thing, and it kind of ended it for a while too. Because they're like, "Oh, let's just like once a month get together and do like a board game thing." And I brought over, I was like, "Oh, I got one for you guys to try." Now, mind you, this is like in the first year of us going out. It's like those Catholics are different.
Yeah.
Says the pride in Christian.
Yeah. We've been sheltered our whole life. We're just trying to make the best of it here. Holy cow, I love that.
Well, I used to introduce her as the Christian from under the rock to the family members that were a little bit more obscene.
I love it.
So that hopefully they take it a little easier on her.
Yeah. Try and help out a little bit.
Yeah, but no, they just tried to break her in that much more. To the way the family behaves.
I love it.
But no, traditions, like I said, back in the heyday, it used to be like, the big dinners, family get-togethers. There was always a movie on for the kids, like Nightmare Before Christmas, the Tim Burton movie. That's technically a Halloween movie, technically a Christmas movie. It's more a Christmas movie than Die Hard is, but Die Hard is still technically a Christmas movie.
Damn straight. Yeah.
So, I remember stuff like that. That's when I saw movies like Deck the Halls and stuff like that, or anything that kind of went along those lines. Lots of like booting up an old console like a PS2.
Yeah.
The back in the day there. Now we're at PS5.
Yeah.
Oh, fun thing. Boxing Day. I picked up a new TV.
Yeah.
And it's a 4K TV. And guess what's in the back of it?
What?
The red, white, and yellow things to plug right in.
No way.
Yeah, so I could straight up go get a PS2, which I plan to at some point, and just plug it in naturally into the TV.
And it's obviously a new TV.
Yeah, it's 4K UHD, not HDR. It's got the HDMI's in the side. All three HDMI's are 4K compatible.
Wow.
It's got the smart function and everything.
Oh, good for them. I like that they're actually doing that. That's cool.
It's only like a 43-inch though, which is it fits the room fine.
Oh yeah, if it's just for your bedroom, that's perfect. Yeah. Wow. Okay, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah. But no, traditions, like there was a lot of like going on ATVs. We used to do the old like hook up the rope to the ATV and the kid would hang on while on the sled and like do donuts in the field, and all sorts of great times. And then if I was up north visiting the dad's side of the family, my Uncle Ron lives on this big hill, right?
Yeah.
And it's just perfect to go tobogganing down. Perfect. Absolutely.
That is sweet. Yeah. Oh, that's
Haven't
dope.
done that in many years, probably over a decade. But yeah, lots of good times were had up north and back in Shannonville.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, I want to get back to that. That's kind of where it's like, once I get things in order, I'm hoping 2025, 2026 is going to be like the year I can get my own ATV toy or something like that. Once I get ahead and everything else like that. And yeah,
you need to go like Pimp My Ride level like your dad.
Okay, that's for someone that has like a salary and everything else like that, and it is, got the status quo going on, has his house. I'm renting a room.
Yeah. Just for context for everyone, the Pimp My Ride isn't that far off. He actually has an ATV with underglow.
Yeah. Well, he did that himself. He bought the underglow kits from Amazon for like $20.
That's so cool.
And then he wired it into the brakes lights. Or not the brake lights. I think just the natural light that happens off the back. Yeah. He just tied the power source in with that.
Oh my god, I love it.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the day that it has hydraulics.
And it has the smart thing, so he can control the color of his phone and everything, and he can make it sound reactive. It's not the LED strips, it's these little circle rings, and there's 4 of them under each like tire well.
Oh, that's cool. So yeah,
and they're all linked together.
If you're revving, all of a sudden they just like glow starts. Oh, I like that.
You could do something like that. The voice reactive thing was more like we had it going, and he had just the battery on, not the motor on.
Yeah.
And we started talking, and it started changing colors as we got to different syllables, pretty much.
That is cool.
Yeah. If you could play with the brightness with the sound, that'd be cool. I don't know if you can do that with the app. It's a little basic, but still a little advanced.
Yeah.
That's just kind of where that technology's at. You can pay the big bucks to get the really cool features, but a modest like $30-$40 is gonna get you a handful of features.
Yep.
Right? Like you go get the $15 one, you get the little RBG remote, right? Which still have like the blinking, the wave, the fade, and all that stuff. That's kind of the cheaper end, right? Like where it doesn't have the sound reactive, but it has the color effects where you can do like the rotating and all that.
Yeah. No, that
It's
is
just
cool.
I remember when people used to make fun of it because it'd be like the minimalistic style where you just like either you have one set LED in your computer or it'd just be full blown like New Year's fireworks inside your computer case. There was no in between, and now it's gotten into like the stylistic.
Yeah, like people actually like do some styles with it that look really, really
Oh yeah.
cool.
Well, have you
Um,
seen the custom liquid cooling setups?
yeah. Oh
Where
yeah.
they do like the pump and the reservoirs is all in there. It's pretty much like a little mini HVAC setup in there, and the fluid, the refrigerant that they got flowing through is like colored to the style that they want.
I
And
know.
some of them got like the glowing one in there because they got the dyes in it.
Oh, yeah. I thought about it when I was building the new PC, but I'm like,
Your case is perfect for it, ironically. I've
oh
seen lots
yeah,
of people use that case specifically.
yeah, and you probably know this already, but the case that I have now, there is a actual LED like screen that you can get on that little corner piece now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
but
it an
actually,
add-on or is that something you have to buy? You have to buy that special case.
so there is a case that they sell with it already installed, but then there's an add-on that is hot garbage to try and install yourself. You need a 3D printer for one. That's just
Oh, to make all the brackets.
yep. It's like they tried, but they
Well,
didn't
it's lucky
really
you know
try.
me, and it's lucky that I know my dad. If you really
Yeah.
want to go that route, because 3D printer. He's actually I was checking on him today. He was asking if he could use use the storage unit a little bit because with him helping take care of the grandmas and stuff like that, kind of ate up some of his living room,
Yeah.
and so he just needed a place to kind of put things. And I said, yeah, no problem. I
Yeah.
thought I had more room than I did, but I found a spot for it. So love seats out of the garage, but
Yeah.
he's got access to the CNC and the 3D printer again. He's happy.
Sweet.
I can only imagine what he's gonna 3D print that's gonna end up on that ATV though.
Oh my god, yeah. God, yeah, that's the thing with 3D printer. I know I would like use it like wildfire for a month, get off of it, and then keep going back and
You
forth.
yeah, you'd find a little project that's like, yeah, I want to do this. Like
Mhm.
my thing is like I want to find the STL, which is the file type that you can use for it. For these little plastic things that you just shove in, because like no frills, they still want the quarters.
Yeah.
I'm like, you can just get like a plastic thing that it trips it. 3D print
Oh my
those.
god.
I'm not stealing anything. The money is just like you put your quarter in a deposit, but now
Yeah.
I can just unlock it, use it, put it away, or hand it off to somebody that needs it.
Yeah.
That's digging for a quarter.
Yeah, you literally you put a little bag next to
That's
each.
probably like the one crime you can snitch on yourself for. It's like, yeah, I didn't put my quarter in the cart, but I used
Yeah.
it and I put it away.
Yeah, that is so like I know we have more to talk about. Now I'm just kind of thinking about that as a kid. I was like, "Oh, that's so you don't steal it." But it's pretty much just saying, "Oh yeah, you can steal this if you have a quarter?"
Yeah.
Okay, this is breaking my whole reality here. What the hell? So, yeah, so it's they're just devaluing their carts even more because it's just like, yeah, if you have a quarter, it's all yours. It's like you don't get the
Yeah.
quarter though.
And I get where like the no frills are placed and stuff like that. They're always next to like the suburb or like they're Napanee one's placed just just shortly after the bridge. You can get down into the residential from there. The one in Kingston is surrounded by residential.
Yeah.
So I get why they want to hold on to their carts.
But
But
with a roll of quarters, you could take every single cart in the place.
yeah. And you still see carts through Kingston. I'm driving through and you just see someone with a shopping cart that's topped off. Like, they've got more things in that shopping cart than I've ever fit inside a truck.
Oh yeah, it's actually kind of funny when you start thinking about it. Where it's
like I've seen the ones where they got the tarp over top and the bungee cords going.
oh yeah, it's like okay, like you
And
know
I'm
what?
like, all the power to you.
They need to
But
start a moving company. Oh yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, so holiday traditions for me anyways, kind of didn't have too many with my family. It was mostly just obviously dinners and all that sort of stuff. But really where it kind of ramped up is with Kayla's family. They have something they call the dollar store game, and
okay.
I love it. First year I was kind of like, what are we doing? But then this year I actually got to participate start to finish. So everyone there, well, usually it's couples. So each couple has to go to Dollarama and buy 10 items, whatever 10 items. Then you wrap them and then you bring them to the house that the game's being played. You mix all these gifts together. There's usually one person, it was me today, that's handing out the gifts. But, anyways, you all sit in a table. You try and break couples up, and there's 3 dice going around the table. You roll them, you try and get doubles, and then if you get doubles, you get one of the gifts, you unwrap it, and that sits in your pile. And then you keep going around with all the dice until all the gifts are open and everyone has a random assortment of a pile next to them. And then you spend about like a couple minutes looking at everyone's pile, seeing what everyone has. Then they set a timer for 45 minutes and you start rolling the dice. And if you get doubles, you can pick whatever you want to steal. So pretty much near almost every single time I've played it so far, it ends up with one gift being the one everyone wants and it's being stolen back and forth.
hmm
There's usually Kayla's mom who's sitting in the corner seeing what people don't want, and she'll like roll a double and she'll be like, oh, I want that tea towel. It's like, okay, whatever. But by the end, she has a pile like this, like mounting pile.
hmm
And there's almost always someone that only ends up with like 2 gifts, even though there's 50 gifts rolling around, which is hilarious.
Because they got greedy and want the bigger things.
Yeah, so they started like going after a lot of stuff. I implemented the strategy of I'll get something I really want, but then I'll pick something up that I know the person who wants the thing I have, they want this more. So I'll pick that up. So if they get doubles, they're going to take this thing before they take the thing I want the most.
hmm
Yeah, and like that's usually a strategy I implement. But
How'd that work out for you?
awful. Awful. So so the only thing I really wanted was this those like loot crate-esque bags that are everywhere where they have
Mhm.
like a random thing in it. This was all retro console controllers, keychain.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's also a fidget toy. I was like, okay, obviously I want that. I don't even care which one it is. So I'm like, okay, that's what I want. And I showed my cards too early because you got 45 minutes. You have to play the long con here. So I showed my cards too early where I was like, I want that. And they go, okay, whatever. And then it got taken away from me. I was like, all right. And I rolled doubles. I'm like, give me that back. And they're like, oh, okay. All right. So the 45 minutes goes up and it's one last round. Everyone on the table. And the guy who starts the last round is right to my left. And I'm
Mhm.
the end of the round. So I'm like, okay, all right. I have the remote control like fidget toy here. I'm like, okay. They all roll. No one really wants my thing except for the guy right next to me, who will be the second last guy to go. No one's getting anything. Everyone's just like not getting the last gift they want. And he rolls, he gets doubles, he goes, I want that. I go, oh, okay, all right. So I give it to him, like, okay, I just got to roll double. And if I roll double, I get that and I'm out of here. I'm fine. And I roll and I got the worst, like, I got nothing. And I was like, okay, so I pretty much ended up with nothing. Well, I got a bag of Twix. That was kind of cool. But yeah, I got like nothing I wanted. Um, Also really funny what we brought there. I just like because you pick whatever you want. Some of it
Mhm.
can be kind of funny, and I decided, you know what? I'm gonna bring this random light bulb. I just picked a random light bulb, wrapped it up, and brought it. Don't know what it's for. Couldn't tell you. Someone said it might be a fridge light bulb. But yeah, stuff like that that's just going around. And
Okay.
then there was this one chroma light bar with a remote that was a big ticket item that I got. And I got one of those rocker pizza cutters. You know, those big
Okay.
blades?
Oh
I got
yeah.
I got one of those. That was kind of
The
sick.
ones that you can lean
Yeah.
into her.
Yeah, really go into it. Yeah. So I got that, so I'm happy.
The one where you're cutting the cardboard more than you are the pizza.
Oh yeah. Like somehow the pizza's not cut, but the cardboard box is destroyed. Whatever.
Yeah. That's always the worst.
Yeah, I never get it. Okay, so after traditions, I wanted to talk about our favorite Christmas movie.
Okay.
All right. You know I already have mine lined the hell
Yeah.
up. You got yours going?
Oh yeah.
All right, you want to take the honors?
All right. Well, I already said it before. It was Nightmare Before Christmas
Yeah. It's funny, I actually just watched that a couple months ago.
for the first time.
Yeah.
What do you
It's-
think of it?
I love like claymation and anything like that. So
Mhm.
I was already super into it.
I'm surprised you still do after your
Yeah.
last filming experience.
Yeah. Got some stills from that, by the way, looking amazing. Gotta
Nice.
tell you that, yeah. But yeah, honestly didn't mind it at all. It was kind of interesting. I do like I don't know, I kinda like the idea. Wouldn't say it's one of my favorites, but I gotta give it respect. I see
Yeah,
it.
I grew up with it, right? And I
Yeah.
got brought up with around a lot of Tim Burton movies.
Yeah. So, any more?
Off the top of my head, no. Let's do yours and see if I can't drag up the old noggin here.
All right. So, in the third place spot, you can tell who was really up for this whole movie segment between the two of us. All right. So, third spot is Jingle All the Way. I hope everyone knows it. Arnold Schwarzenegger plays. Doesn't he play like a mattress salesman?
You're talking about Jingle All the Way?
Yeah. Almost positive he plays a mattress salesman of some sort. Super successful, busy dad story, neglected child, even though he has an awesome room with like a full wall mural of Captain America. Apparently, you need to buy his love with this Turbo Man doll. And it's Arnold Schwarzenegger going around trying to, with Sinbad. I'm almost positive it's Sinbad. Yeah, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad going through New York trying to get this Turbo Man doll that turns out to be the hottest item this year.
Mhm.
And yeah, and in the end, even though the kid would only show affection if he was getting this doll, turns out that he will show affection now, even if he doesn't have the doll. I don't know why this is my favorite movie now that I'm deconstructing all of this, but it is really funny how Arnold Schwarzenegger plays a funny role for once and does very well in it.
Yeah, well, he's played a few comedy roles.
Yeah. Oh, and in second place, Christmas with the Cranks. God, I love that one. Yeah, I can't remember. Is that one that you had heard of?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So it is Tim Allen and Feel Awful. And I'm stalling. And I'm stalling. And I'm stalling.
And you're
For
stalling?
Derek to... I thought you were looking up.
I was looking it up, but
Okay, who is it?
yeah, I was just pulling it to make sure I recognized it. Wow, it's 2004, and it actually only has a 5 out of 10 rating.
Oh, yeah, but no, it's awesome. It's funny. Who's the girl?
Who's the girl?
Yeah.
You got Julia Gonzo.
All right, Julia
Who
Gonzo.
plays Blair Crank.
Yep.
And then you got Jamie Lee Curtis, Noir Crank, the wife.
Okay, yes, I should have known that. All right, yeah, so anyways, it's Jamie Lee Curtis and Tim Allen, and pretty much their daughter's not going to be home for Christmas, and that just ruins their whole holiday because that's the only reason they get excited this time of year is to see their daughter. So Tim Allen decides, you know what? Why not just say screw it to Christmas? We're going to go on a cruise. The rates are amazing during the Christmas time. Let's just go. And convinces his wife. But turns out they live in a small town and everyone else is like super way into Christmas and way into everyone else's business. And yeah, it pretty much makes them like ostracized in their town because it's like, oh, what do you mean you're not going to like bring in the official Belleville snowman on your front lawn? It's like, because I don't want to. It's like, well, that just won't do. We'll just put it up for you. Don't worry. And it's like, no. We don't want to celebrate Christmas. It's like, oh, that's okay. We'll just put up all these lights for you. It's fine. Which is funny looking back at it now. Because it's like, that would be a lawsuit and a half now. But
it's just downtown Napanee and back in the old days when they ran all the lights across.
Oh, yeah. If you weren't one of those people that, was like in with the program, it was a talked about situation. But so pretty much it's just really funny because it's a bunch of them trying to just be happy with their decision, but an entire town gaining up on them to be like, no, you can't be happy with your decision because we're not happy with it. And at the number one spot, a movie that I know for sure, Derek, you love, have cherished, and watched multiple times, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Let me hear you, Derek. How much do you love this movie?
I don't know if I've seen this.
Come on, Derek.
Oh, I'm looking up images now to see if I remember it.
You gotta. I own so much memorabilia from this movie.
Memorabilia.
Yeah, I actually.
Christmas movie.
Yeah, I know, it's funny too because I really don't. I love horror movies and all that sort of stuff, and I'm not really a big Christmas movie fan, but this one I will watch 100% of the time.
Okay.
Yeah, I might go on my phone for
it's not clicking bells.
All right, so,
but I'll counter you here. I do remember one that I used to love watching as a kid, and it took me. I was surprised it took me so long to get it.
Yeah,
the original Home Alone, not 2, not the third one, not the offshoot, the OG Home Alone, which my partner hates.
Why?
I think she just found all the characters creepy, which I think you're supposed to.
Yeah, I think you were supposed to. Home Alone 2, I really like, actually.
I think I only actually ever watched it twice.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's like, it's one of those sequels.
Have you seen the third one, though?
Oh, yeah. Have you seen,
the third one was so far-fetched.
Have you seen, like, the fourth and fifth one?
No.
Yo, yeah. It ends up being, like, in a mansion, and the catering staff turn out to be Russian terrorists that are, like, trying to take a certain painting from a vault. Like, it gets way offshoot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But no, the original 2 I love.
Another one I was big on was Deck the Halls, when they had the two families fighting that were neighbors trying to put on the bigger Christmas.
Yeah, no, that was good. Was it 4 Christmases? You seen that one?
No.
That's a funny one. It actually kind of rings true, where it's like, say, me and my partner, technically we have, we have 5 Christmases we have to go to. If we were to go to all 5, it would be awful. And it's also like the first time in this movie, I think it's Jean-Claude Van Damme and his wife are like going to all these Christmases, and they're all like pretty much meeting the family for the first time. And like, turns out like Jean-Claude Van Damme's mom is a hippie. His dad is like a rough redneck that like thinks he's like too small even though he's jacked. And like the girlfriend's dad is it's all over the place. It's all just different like family dynamics trying to mash together, and it's hilarious.
All right. So jumping on the rednecks, have you ever watched Jingle All the Way 2?
No. What?
Yeah, there's
Oh,
the
is it
second
Larry the Cable Guy?
one.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember because I was trying to look up facts. I love looking up facts when watching movies. And I was like, what the hell am I looking at? No, this is not the movie I want to fact check.
Well, you know what? As I'm pulling this up, it just happens to be like, I guess, because it's when people look up Jingle All the Way, people also search for on Google Jingle All the Way 2, Larry the Cable Guy, and then Tooth Fairy 2 pops up, where instead of The Rock, like in the first Tooth Fairy movie, it's
Yeah.
Larry the Cable Guy in Tooth Fairy 2, and I
Is it
haven't seen that.
actually?
Yeah, and I'm just like, I might have to go watch that.
Have you seen the Tooth Fairy though?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Another
That's
thing
so
is the
funny.
Tim Allen, like straight up just the Santa Claus movie series,
Those are
like
good
from when we
ones.
were young, those were good.
Yeah. I like it by like the last one. Also, it's like a full operation. I don't know. I just like when the elves act like a small little military. I
Yeah.
always thought that was the funniest thing where it's just like, oh, he's a dictator.
Oh, what was? Oh, I'm trying to remember. What's the that really old like Saint Nick claymation Christmas
Oh,
movie?
are you talking like there's the Rudolph one, there's the one with that elf.
There's Rudolph. There's there's Santa Claus one, and then I remember there's like this really old one where there was like it was like this war between like, oh, what was it? Like you had like, it was almost like the dryads or whatever, the like from the forests versus like the snow and stuff like that, and Saint Nick was involved, the toy maker, and
Oh, I
oh,
have no clue. Sounds cool.
it was a really old claymation.
Oh, speaking of new ones, I have to see it. Not Arthur Christmas. Not
Okay,
that
I
one.
saw that in movies back in high school when I was in the dating scene.
That's fine. It honestly is a pretty good one.
Oh, a really good one. And I get go with you, this is making me nostalgic. Polar Express.
Okay, yeah. Polar Express is good.
Because the whole one is like he doesn't believe, so he can't hear the bells, and then when he does eventually believe what's going on. Oh, did you ever watch Klaus, the Netflix special?
That's funny. I was actually just searching through Netflix to try and find Klaus.
Oh,
That's a good one.
that was probably like in the last like, it's 4 years old, but in the last like 5 years, it's probably like the best Christmas animated movie to come out.
Yeah, it's the one that I accept as being like, okay, this is close to a classic for me. Where
Yeah,
it's like getting up there for like
it is much of a classic as the movie A Christmas Carol is.
yeah. Oh, it is.
And I don't know, Polar Express, you could call that a classic. I feel like that's more of a classic for your and my generation.
Yeah.
I don't think if you talk to any Zoomer or Gen Alpha or whatever they're calling it now, they're
Yeah.
gonna know what that's about.
No.
Um,
But no, I love Klaus, man. I think it
yeah,
Academy Award.
I think I just grew up watching more of the animated and claymated
Yeah.
like Christmas things than I did watch the live actions.
Yeah. Yeah, see
Like,
my
also kind of in the realm of it, Rise of the Guardians was good. Where it has like Jack Frost and he just teams up with like the Easter Bunny, the Tooth Fairy, Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Technically a Christmas movie.
Yeah, it's funny. My
good.
dad was super into Christmas, so he would not stop watching Christmas movies the whole time. We weren't allowed to watch TV for December. It was only Christmas movies he had on DVD. So yeah, it pretty much ingrained a lot of them from that generation in my head.
Yeah. Also, you have to give tribute where tribute's due, especially for like the 1990s.
Yeah.
The Muppets Christmas Carol.
Yeah, except I don't like Muppets and my partner loves Muppets and I have to hear about it constantly. So I can't give tribute where tribute's due because she puts on the music in the car ride when she's driving and says, oh, the driver gets the aux cord. No, I don't want to listen to the Muppets. God.
Now, you might not like it, but especially even for like my mom's side of the family, that was a classic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, she'll play it at like 6 a.m. when we're supposed to be waking up and kind of like getting ready for the
Yeah.
day. And all of a sudden it's like Beetlejuice the musical, Muppets Christmas Carol. What are we doing here? This is
Yeah.
not
That's
slowing
where
in.
this is where you'd like to be in the car with me, because you know when I started playing Christmas music in my vehicle,
What?
like Boxing Day,
Yeah,
and that was it.
yeah.
and on the drive home today, they figure out the theme music for
For this
this
episode,
episode. Yeah.
yeah. I didn't play Christmas music at all because I pretty much the most festive I was with the aux cord is on Christmas. I went because I'm catching up on the bonfire. I went back and I made sure I was on the Christmas special. I went
Yeah.
out of order, and yeah, that was as festive as I was because I listen to podcasts constantly now. I very rarely listen to music unless I want to pump myself up. But yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, when the earbud dies and I can only Bluetooth to a stereo, that's when the music comes on. And then when my earbuds recharge, it's like, all right. Then after the earbud charge, I'll switch it back to K-Rock and I'll start listening to my podcast again.
Not gonna lie, did not know the Christmas movie segment would spark this much. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unlocking a lot for me. I don't know about you.
Yeah, no, it took a little bit to get the gears turning. That's a lot of turkey grease it took to get the cog moving.
All right, but if we're wrapping up that, let's unwrap our favorite holiday DLC / games from years past. This year could be 10 years ago. What's something that like pops up to you?
First thing off the bat is the Killing Floor Christmas special DLCs.
It's funny. I was trying to redo like kind of inspire something when I was thinking about this segment, and I looked up like what are Christmas DLCs. Everyone was talking about Killing Floor. Everyone brought that up.
Well, you get the thing is though, you get everything from the what they call the flesh pounder or whatever, like the rage machine that has the thing in its chest that has the grinding things on its arm. They turned that into like the nutcracker.
I love that.
They turn the guy with the apron and a chainsaw for an arm that does the big twirlies.
Yeah.
Into like the Russian Christmas monkey.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. They turned, I can't say what I usually call them, but the invisible women that try and kill you very, very hard, that I say the B word for.
Yeah.
They dressed them up as elves.
Oh, I like that. I like that they actually put some effort
the
into
slutty
it.
Ones. But
yeah.
you're kind of like, I would let you kill me, but I want to win this wave. They've done different things with the crawlers and the bloaters too. Like they do, like each Christmas they kind of do different things. They have a boss battle, and they have maps, a new Christmas map that comes out every holiday.
Oh, I love that. Actually take it seriously.
And their first Christmas update, you can't get this track anywhere else because the band did it, Zenith did it exclusively for that, and they didn't upload it to Spotify or anything like that. But they do these amazing covers of like the traditional like Christmas music, but metal. No lyrics, just metal.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
And so like the day before the shifts are up and it's going to Christmas, I did play a round of the Killing Floor Christmas music.
Oh, that's sweet.
On my stereo and blasted that across the shop.
I like that.
But that was as Christmas as I got. No Mariah Carey. Sorry. The going joke I have is like when I see an employee having a bad day, I'm like, or something's not working on the machine, I'm like, well, at least Mariah Carey's not playing. And they're like, yeah.
All right. For
you?
Yeah, the one that we were actually talking about this before we started the episode. This is not one that I've actually played personally, but like I said, as I was researching, I looked it up. So Verdun is like that really realistic World War One shooter.
Yeah.
And they have an accurate representation of the Christmas truce that happened in Verdun. I'm realizing how old I sound talking about this, I'm going to talk about my model trains after this. But anyways, it's the only game mode, only comes around during Christmas, where you can put it on and you actually recreate the Christmas truce that happened, where you can play soccer in no man's land. You can like have a snowball fight, and you can actually like meet up with the different warring side and like go to a bonfire and listen to actual real carols that they would have sung during World War II. And I don't know, I like that it's the only game where the Christmas DLC is not just making a gun into a candy cane.
I'm gonna correct you. It's World War One.
Yeah, World War One.
And they said 2.
Oh, my bad. But yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I just like it. I think it's the only one I haven't played on my list, but I think it's actually like one of the coolest ones where it's like, I don't
know.
Yeah. Well, what's up next for you?
For Christmas games, let's see. I had one locked in. Actually, no, I still do. So I always liked the winter events for like Red Dead and GTA Online.
Yeah.
All the snow and stuff like that. But you know what the worst thing about the GTA Online one is?
What?
Trying to drive while it's snowing and doing all the missions.
Oh yeah, I guess
all
that would
drift and slippering. Yeah.
Yeah, that would make everything 10 times harder.
It did. It really, really did. I guess after that, technically, I would shout it out, the Outlast trial game, they released a winter DLC.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. They called it Winter Kills. Yeah, it's pretty simple, but you could get exclusive theme outfits, like Christmas theme outfits, trinkets for your little insanity room, and all that other stuff. Oh, you really gotta get it. I think you'd love you would, you know that feeling that you and me got when we did that horror VR?
Oh yeah. No, that feeling of dread and despair and like I'm gonna die.
But that good fun adrenaline and having your buddy with you.
Yeah.
Emphasize on that.
Yeah, the positive notes. Yes, I get you.
Yeah. All the positives are there, and you're not in VR, so you're not strapped into it. But yeah, no, it's a good time. You could technically consider Resident Evil Village a Christmas game because it's snow in there and all the horror.
Yeah.
I haven't really noticed anything recent do like something big Christmas things. A lot of like the older games, like there's no like Christmas map on. Well, technically there's a snow map on call it Modern Warfare 3, but that's not really an update for that. And Cyberpunk hasn't done anything really winter.
No, I was kind of waiting for something like that to happen with it. No, like the one that comes up the most is like the Hitman 2 Christmas maps where actually going back to the Home Alone thing, they have one where you have to kill Harry and Marv. They're 2 thieves that are robbing a place and you have as Hitman.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and there's like a bunch of challenges that you can do to try and like kill them Home Alone style. Yeah, I always thought that was kind of fun. Okay, and I think that's just about going to wrap it up for this holiday special on Amherst Island Radio 101.3 FM. If you want to catch the rest of our extended edition where we kind of go over the last year of the podcast together and kind of share some laughs with that, you can head on over to Spotify, Amazon, Apple, anywhere you listen to podcasts. We're going to be there. And yeah, please come and join us to kind of wrap off this year together. Thank you so much for listening this past year. It means the world to us. I know Derek and I love that when we get compliments in online or in the real world. It means the world. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Anything you want to leave off? Happy holidays.
Again, just thank you guys for all your support over the time that we've been doing this. I'm very much appreciative. Honestly, this started off as kind of a why not, and it's become a way for me and Adam to keep in touch together, and just it gives us that excuse to do something together, and it started getting the creative juices going, and we're gonna get a bit more into that creative juices into the next segment if you catch us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get the show.
Welcome back to On the Rewind.
Okay, and welcome back to the On the Rewind Holiday Special. We just finished up our broadcast on Amherst Island 101.3 FM, and now we are on our extended edition of the Holiday Special on Amazon, Spotify, Apple Music. You know, you're on it right now. And we were just finishing up our segment on our favorite holiday games and DLC, kind of bringing us back to our gamey, nerdy roots. Derek, do you have any more for us? I got one loaded in the chamber.
All right, do you mind if I go off conversation in between the break we just had there? I had a funny situation happen.
Of course, I'd love it.
All right, so as I went down and I went and just, we did our bathroom break.
Yeah.
As we usually do.
Smoke
that we
break.
don't usually typically announce.
Yeah.
Is smoke break. And so I go down. I'm like, why not? I'll go grab a banana. And as I'm coming around the corner, my grandma, she's playing solitaire, but her phone falls down as I'm coming around the corner, and she puts her hand on top of it as she's startled and looks around. And I straight up, it's like, you're not watching porn, you don't have to hide it. And she laughs, and she almost coughs, and I feel a little bad because I got her wheezing a little bit. Poor thing. And then she goes, I wouldn't hide it if I was to watch it. And I'm like, okay. Fair. It's like, but I don't watch it. I might just for the shock factor. And then Ira is like, well, you already read it. And she's like, you're right. Yeah, you're right. I'm like, I mean, I read Don Rose is this book, which is,
Yeah.
the missus. And she's an author of 3 books that are published now.
Yeah.
I think there's a poetry book in there that I'm not seeing on the listing. Scrolling down. But with that, she wrote a couple of smut books.
Nice.
And my grandma has read them. And she told me about who she substitutes characters' names in with our names, and I'm just like, oh god.
Oh god.
I don't know what's in the book, but I'm not sure. But I mean, so one thing I will say is she started an actual series. As far as I know, the Breathe Me In,
Yeah.
which I think is one of her first smut books that she's published, and she's kind of grown on that, and she's got the Villainous series
Yeah.
out. She's got the first one of that out, and it's actually rated 5 stars currently on Goodreads.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, good for her. So if you have a missus that's into smut, I know if mine reads it, that typically means I'm gonna get some. So if you got a nerdy book girl in your life, maybe get her Villainous.
Yeah, that's a great holiday gift right there. It's a win-win all the way around. I like it.
That's by Don Rose.
Yeah.
Okay. It's grandma approved.
Oh god, no. Okay, that's not on the advertising material.
Oh. All right. So, Christmas game.
Yeah, Christmas.
I don't know how I'm swinging back this way, but we are. Honestly, I think Saints Row they've had a couple of DLCs around that in the past. Payday 2
Yes.
has had Christmas DLCs. There are a lot of anime games have like a Christmas segment.
Really?
Like if you look at like the Persona series,
Yeah.
or the Tales of, there's usually some sort of festive holiday thing going on in one of them.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah, so there's a lot of, you can get that out of there. Monster Hunter usually did like a Christmas.
Oh, see, that'd be sick
Thing
with the
too.
cat chefs. I would like that.
Yeah. Well, have you seen the trailer for Monster Hunter Wild?
No.
It's the newest one, and I'm hoping it's gonna be crossplay because then that's gonna work out for me in the long run with some buddies. Um, aside from that, like it's a lot of like older games did these things. Like Sonic 2 had a Christmas thing even in it. Like I found the older games did have like Christmas included with the base game
Yeah.
more.
Yeah, where it was,
And now it's more Christmas cosmetics. Like, you know, everything's going with skins and everything else like that.
Yeah.
Right?
yeah.
Like Call of Duty. Um Call of Duty had an awesome Halloween one, but that's besides the point. They have the one Christmas skin for Call of Duty that reminds me of Bad Santa for whatever reason.
Okay.
But that's again like even like if you look at PUBG, they got winter skins, not really a winter map
Yeah.
or anything like that. But yeah, that's just kind of where that sits. And then there's like Assassin's Creed Valhalla that kind of starts in the winter.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing where it's like it's hard to yeah, winter maps are like cool, but I actually like when there's a little bit of Christmas spice on it.
Then you probably like some of the JRPGs, like I mentioned, Persona 5, Persona 4, Persona 3 even did a Christmas
Oh, that's cool.
little thing. Actually, I think Persona 3, it was the DLC. Everyone came back during holidays. I imagine, haven't played through it enough, but I imagine Hogwarts Legacy does something.
Oh, probably. Actually, yeah, no, that's a good pick.
I still have to play through that. I think I'm only like 4 hours deep.
Oh. Yeah, I want to get
But-
back with the partner.
Oh, they'd love it.
Oh yeah. The last one that I got loaded up here, pretty much you play on Christmas night, Dead Rising 4. Not a lot of
Yeah.
people liked it. I actually didn't mind it because the clock always gave me anxiety and I couldn't do it. But yeah, they took away the clock and you're Frank. He is very, very like boomer humor, but it's actually kind of funny and I enjoyed it. And it's all based around like, okay, now there's a mall during Christmas time. Hilarious, great, works out great. And yeah, there's just there's like snow in the air, there's all these Christmas decorations, and yeah, I don't know, I like it. Zombie Santa. I think it's fun.
Okay, now that just remind me. There is a game called Dead Frontier 2. I've brought it up a handful of times on the show, indie devs and stuff like
Yeah.
that. They've always done a Christmas special. Like their current one is Signs of the Snow Devil, which they have exclusive craftables, 7 new cosmetics, and some other stuff there. Christmas themed challenge events, battling new and old event enemies, and Christmas and themed infected.
Okay, I like that. Okay.
But I guess also like Fallout 76 I think does Christmas things too. Like that's like live service games typically do that kind of thing too.
Yeah, kind of has to be one of those that like the development team is actually like on top of it. Very few
Yeah.
games are like that anymore though.
Yeah, a lot of them try, they just don't end up working.
Yeah, doing
Warframe usually has Christmas stuff too. Like that's another live service one
yeah.
off the top of my head. I even think like Chivalry 2, the medieval combat thing, I think
Oh.
they did a Christmas thing.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, they call it Shivmas,
Aw.
the last peasant standing. And it's snowball fights and stuff like that.
Yeah, see, I like that. I don't know, it's fun.
But yeah,
All right. So I think we're wrapping up on our favorite Christmas holiday DLCs and games and going into more of our New Year themed segments of going through the clips from the past year on the podcast that kind of stood out to me and Derek here that we kind of both want to reminisce over, bring up. And let's see, bring them up for us. We got our first one is episode 17. This was I don't know, it's always been like an episode that we've personally brought up while hanging out that I always kind of loved. It was always kind of funny and it's found its way into some of our like other later episodes of just the fact that we should be sponsored for the fact that we use so many products that are from sponsorships everywhere. And
Like such as JB. Hear a lot of bleeps.
yeah, oh my god, don't say it too much because I gotta bleep all those out because I am standing firm here, okay? They are not getting anything for free.
Yeah. You went and want the very convenient Uber Eats for your New Year's party.
Yeah, right. So yeah, if you want, we can hit play here.
Partner loves the scent. At last, my cat likes the scent. My cat actually lets me pet him more after the shower, rather than the regular brands I was using.
Yeah.
See,
Oh god, this is such
counter,
an ad. All right.
Have
you heard of this cool new thing called New Coke? And yeah, I don't know. I kind of, I always liked that episode because it was us kind of both realizing that, I don't know, it turns out that we're actually like very good consumers.
We're good boys.
Yeah, because I remember we even brought up like NordVPN and stuff like that in that episode of like, yeah, it turns out that we would actually like some of the sponsorship reads would not be like totally scripted. I think it would just end up being like true from the heart of like, yeah, this is actually stuff we use, and I can for sure say that it's not all just a gimmick to try and get you to buy it.
Yeah, because we're not monetized currently by any stretch of the means.
Yeah, and it's just, I don't know, I think it's kind of nice that if you go back and when we are monetized, you go back and you can see that, yeah, like, yeah, no, we actually, before we were making money, yeah, no, I still stood by that product. Yeah, and then it goes to, oh yeah, well, this one's a little more selfish on my point. This is episode 19. This is the episode after I got engaged. And for obvious reasons, that kind of stands out to me as it was kind of cool to, because we had talked about it a bit. But yeah, this is actually where it was like, okay, get to kind of talk about it in depth and also kind of share that moment with all of you guys. So gonna hit play here.
No, I know this might put you in danger saying it on the show. Do we want to take bets on Bradzilla?
Oh, she already. That's actually funny. One of the first things she said is, oh well, no. The first thing she said is yes. Second thing is, why did it take you so long? And third is, I can't wait to be a Bridezilla. No, she's totally down. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I like how we got like the rewind tape, so I know when to pause the clip.
Yeah, I know. I like it.
It's convenient for this.
Yeah, it's funny. You pretty much hit the nail on the head with that one, man. Yeah. Like the very next day she got like a scrapbook and all that sort of stuff and started planning everything and calling everything. And,
oh, she just seemed like the type.
Oh yeah. It was funny. Her idea of including me was she would get a round of stuff that she likes and then she will come up and be like, "Okay, pick out of these." I'm like, "All right, well that one's stupid. That one doesn't look cool. I kind of like that one." And she goes, "Sweet, cool, thank you." And I'm like, "Cool, I am contributing." Yeah, then we're going on to episode 20. This was funny because as I was going through these clips trying to pick out something for this segment, I think episode 20, the start of it, shows the power of Derek in all his might of just this is how you can like just change my opinion on a dime almost, and I hate it and I love it. Like
I'm very persuasive.
Yeah. Sometimes I can stand firm, but there's very few times that I do that.
There's a couple times you've tried and I've gotten you the buckle.
Yeah.
Like if it's not the first sentence, it's like the third.
Yeah. Where I'm like, damn it. Because I'm a sucker for metaphors. I'm just a sucker for a lot of stuff, but
and I'll compare things to things you're nostalgic for.
Yeah, I know. So that's where it gets me. So Yeah, here, let's hit play on this one. Yeah, I guess it's never really sat with me, like both the wiping and then also like leveling up a new character.
Okay, so here, let me. Have you ever infamized in Payday 2?
Yes.
Have you ever prestiged in a Call
Ah,
of Duty?
okay, I see where I'm being trapped into a corner. Yeah. I think you just changed my mind in way less seconds than, oh god, I'd be a great hostage. Anyways, yeah.
Start calling you Stockholm.
Yeah. Oh my god, I'm in love with my captor.
Oh, I gotta get you Escape from Tarkov and you call your
Yeah.
character Stockholm.
I am standing firm for once. I am never doing Escape from Tarkov, but you dug your own grave on that one.
What did I do?
Because you have complained about it. You will love it. And then, like, eventually you'll just be like, God damn it, I'm so pissed off about this game. Yeah.
I don't feel like I've never been the one to get pissy about it. I think if anything, it was back when I was hanging out with Cody and he was playing it. He had a huge love-hate.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah, he was the worst for it, but then you would chime in every once in a while. But no, yeah, both of you were just like, "Oh, it's great," and then all of a sudden, you guys will like come on and be like, "I'm so angry." I go, "What's wrong?" It's like, "Oh, this game, I hate it," and then also,
I don't think I've ever been I hated it with it though. Like I know when I'm at my limit, I'm like I gotta take a break.
Yeah, I don't know my limit though, and I can't.
Well, it's no different than playing the cycle.
Yeah, but then there was also points there where I'm like, I have to disassociate from this game because I'm getting too invested, and then I'm ruining it for myself. So yeah, no, I am firm as hell that I will never play.
So if I sent you a key for it,
No, I'll give it to someone else. I honestly will. Yeah. So yeah, that's the one game where I'm like, I have not. No, I can't.
what if it was Arenas?
No,
That's the fast food Tarkov. You don't got to worry about losing any gear. There's no wipe.
Okay, well maybe.
They Call of Duty-fied it.
No, I need I need progression.
There is progression. There is progression.
All right. Well, now we're going on to episode 21. How do you like that?
And I'll keep this up after 21. 21. What's your I just read the title. I know exactly what we're getting into.
This is hilarious.
You think I'm one with the mind games. This highlights you, but
yeah, this is funny. This is you're pretty much gonna hear my realization, but it was more like I had kind of just kind of newer to the friend group, and I kind of realized that a lot of the husbands were mostly like very doting husbands, very loving husbands, and then they would watch me, and I'm kind of awful sometimes. She loves me to death. I love her to death, but I let's just say I take a walk on the wild side every once in a while with her, and she is nice enough to keep me unconcussed, and I love her for it. But yeah, let's go ahead and play this clip.
like I started that show watching with the partner, so they have to be in the mood to watch it too.
I just say, "Oh, do you not remember this part, or do you not remember this?" She eventually
I don't
on.
try gaslighting.
Yeah, it's kind of funny in the friend group. I've noticed that like all the rest of the husbands, they don't really try games like I do.
That was short and sweet, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I like it because it's like, yeah, I found out that I'm the one that's like, yeah, she'll figure it out. It's like, what have you given her to figure out? You're just leaving her. It's like, no, she's fine. Makes her independent as hell. But yeah, I gotta like
Derek
it.
and I dancing.
Oh yeah, so for anyone, he's reading the notes that I wrote for episode 22. One of my favorite riffing sessions I think we've had. Well, one of my favorite riffing sessions we've had.
I don't remember this.
Okay, hold on, I'm playing it. Pretty much it was at a time where I was dealing with horrific back pain for the first time in my life, and you've dealt with
Okay.
it throughout all of your life.
Most of it.
Yeah. And yeah, it was just kind of funny because like I had the same view I have with anything bad going on in my life. I just kind of have a funny laugh to it of just this is funny how much this is hurtful. But yeah, so we were riffing off of this. And here, I'll let the audience and you listen for yourselves. Let's hit play here.
I can twist my hips. I got told in high school my hips don't lie.
Problem is, it's like when it comes to you lifting me up, I God bless you.
There is no lifting happening.
Yeah.
There is spinning, twirls, and hip sways. I am too old for this, and you're too old for this.
You'll get like a quarter spin, and I think we're both going down. You just lift up your shirt, and they see the 20 icy hots on your back.
Just duct tape.
Yeah, it's just like we prepared for this. Yeah, right. That was one of my ones where I remember I actually like fell off from the chair I was on at the time. I was like having such a good time of just thinking it's like right now you you ain't lifting this up. I love you. But also I was just thinking about the time where like the strain in your face of just like the shaky twirling of me up there and just yeah.
Well, I started doing bench presses now.
Oh sweet.
Yeah, I'll get you one day.
Yeah. Hey, that's the next segment of our resolutions. You can't jump ahead.
Okay, so we're jumping from 22 to 24.
Yeah, 24. This one you're gonna know immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny because the audience for the first time in a while got a look behind the scenes. I usually try and keep out some of our takes. Every once in a while I'll throw a funny one in. But this is the first time where like I feel like they heard my radio voice, and then they heard no, he's doing it now again. They heard my radio voice, and then they heard my actual like what the fuck, stop that voice. And yeah, so here, let's hit play and let everyone hear this.
I'm gonna turn this on while we're listening.
Yeah. Okay, and welcome back to On the Rewind. This is our extended edition. Don't look at me like that.
It scares Adam. So they have this thing where the software, you can toggle it on called eye contact beta, typically used for like streamers and stuff like that. So while they're reading their chat on one monitor, their eyes are always making contact with the camera to make a personal connection.
And like you didn't really even have a smile on. You were just kind of just like sitting there waiting for me to finish the intro, and I did not like that at all. Yeah, right.
That was like the one time I got a good messing with you bit.
Oh yeah, because like because usually I'm like I'll try and be nice, and I'll be like in my interior monologue, I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird. He's like really not breaking eye contact, but I won't say anything. I'll be nice. Yeah, maybe he's just like being a very adamant listener. Like I'll do it. And then finally I was like, okay, we gotta address this here. We're not doing this anymore.
Yeah, because you know the difference is because like when I'm smiling or I'm in a more jolly mood, I have the squinty eye going on, right?
Yeah.
Like there is, and if there's any alcohol involved or it's just really good mood or I've laughed really hard recently in the conversation, you will you'll probably not see my pupils, but I'm still looking at you and seeing you.
Yeah.
Because I squint that much.
Yeah. No, you were just wide eye and not smiling at all. And finally, it just broke down any social barrier I had. And I'm just like, okay, we need to stop now. And you need to stop doing that, man. I can't do anything because I'm not liking this. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. So, and they heard that where I was just like, no, done. No, thank you. I'm opting out. Yeah, that was honestly one of my favorite moments. Favorite moments. Episode 27 kind of tops onto our ad episode, but this was one where I had that episode. I didn't bleep anything out. This one, I was like, no, we have talked about this company enough. I am not letting them get away with it. And it was one of the funnier episodes after. It was good while we were recording it, but listening back after all the editing, it becomes one of the funnier moments throughout the past year for me, anyways, personally. 27. All right, and let's hit play here. God, we need that sponsor. God damn it.
We do. I also got a pair of G.
Nope,
kicking around somewhere.
we're bleeping out J. Bleeping out. Nah, You know who you are, wireless headphone company. You pay us. Yeah. And I specifically left the J, like you heard the start of the J,
Yeah.
just so it's like everyone knows. Like there's not going to be like a very.
Oh, you got a little bit of the B sound too,
Yeah.
right? Like just I don't know, the metric term. Oh god, it's so. Oh, I don't know if I can use that. Ugh. You bleep it if you need to.
What?
It's like it's just a cunt hair of the B syllable.
Yeah. I know, this is Spotify. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's also Apple Music and stuff like that. But you know what, though? That's a legitimate measurement used. And you might be asking, how do you know what size that is? And my partner has asked me, what is the measurement of cunt hair? And you know what it is?
What?
It's imperial. It's called a 64th. If you take your 1/16th of your first tick, you take that in half. You got your 32nd. You take that in half. You got your 64th, and that's a cut hair.
So it's learning. It's educational. We can show porn on YouTube now.
And for 48 hours, Twitch.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that was kind of just all the clips that I wanted to go through with you, because I don't know, I loved it. It was kind of fun, just like reminiscing over some of that stuff. And I don't know, we've had a good year. Yeah. Even in our own right, it was just, there was a lot of fun times, and I don't know, I liked it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
and we're gonna have more of this upcoming year. We're almost like, after this, we're 17 away from officially 2-year mark.
Yeah.
If you do the bi-weekly schedule.
Yeah.
Now we've missed a couple. It's a little bit off, but I'm just gonna stick. When we hit 48, that's technically an episode bi-weekly.
Oh yeah. No, I'll just say 48's our 2-year mark. I don't know. It was kind of cool. But yeah, and on to our final segment of this holiday, New Year's, Christmas special on the Rewind is our New Year's resolutions. So like I have 3 of them. Most of them are like 2 of them are personal. The other one's more for the podcast, but yeah, do you want to start off, or you want me to take the reins here?
I'll let you take the reins here. I'll help you out with the first one.
Yeah, I know you will. That was a problem showing you them. But obviously, as most New Year's resolutions is, I would love to get the motivation to go to the gym. I don't know. I always told myself, it's like, okay, if I'm gonna pay for it, I'm obviously gonna go. That's gonna be my thing. And I started paying for it. And I immediately realized that I have broken that so quick.
Put a gym bag with gear in your vehicle.
Did it.
And then you don't have the excuse.
Oh, I did it. Yeah. No, gym bag's in there. And guess what? I even got a cool gym bag. I got the Payday 2 drill gym bag.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. The orange bag. Got it. Then I was like, but I don't have headphones that really work for the gym. So I got AirPods.
Still haven't gone?
Still haven't gone. Then I'm like, I don't have a water bottle. I have to buy a water bottle. Got a Stanley water bottle now. I am an awful human being.
Okay, so what's your next excuse?
I'm gonna try and find one. Now.
Okay. So if I'm telling you, like, okay, tomorrow after work, you're meeting me at the Planet Fitness.
No.
What's your excuse?
I don't want to go. Like now.
Aside from that.
No, I actually have stuff to do. Like, but yeah.
See that eyebrow furrow? What do you gotta do?
I specifically, I am off Friday, so I have to drink. Yeah, and it's funny also on this list of resolutions, drinking less is not on there, even though it really should be. Because, by the way, I'm not drinking with anyone. I'm just gonna be drinking alone, probably building Batman Lego. I am financially secure, but I should not be because I am so frivolous. Oh God, yeah. Yeah, I should have about 20 resolutions, but one is just get more healthier and in shape, but don't quit smoking. And get more creative photo shoots. I kind of want to get back into my creative aspect with that. Um yeah, I have a bunch of saved stuff on Instagram that I've always thought I'm like, oh, that'd be kind of cool and I could put my own spin on it. Never ended up doing it. And then this New Year's I'm thinking of actually like putting at least one a month of just being like, okay, at least once a month, do a photo shoot to post to your Instagram. That's all I post to is just my Instagram. It's just like, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to like, just, I don't know, just to flex creativity, get like, it's almost like training yourself on doing something, but that's what I'm going to do. And then third is I want more creative segments on the podcast. And that's where actually this episode kind of came from, is like I was kind of going through my New Year's resolutions. I'm like, you know what? No. Holiday episode. We are perfect timing for it. I had a bunch of free time at work because it was dead as hell. I'm like, no, I'm actually gonna put a foot down. I'm gonna like tell myself, no, we actually gotta like, I'm gonna plan the hell out of this. We're gonna have like a great time. I got all the Christmas music going. I got the sound effects going. I'm like, no, we're gonna have a great time. This is gonna be our Christmas episode. And I want to do more of that. I want to do more segments, more like planned stuff, and finally get my ass in gear and do that. So that's my resolutions.
All right, now are we involving the creative YouTube side of that thing in that, or are we going to keep working on that when
Honestly,
you get the wheel?
Just in general, my whole thing is just be more creative. So yeah, probably.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. I just need to like flex my creative bone more and not just do so much monotonous shit. Excuse me. And on to you.
All right. Well, I've already started out on one. I've been hitting the gym. It did it really well last week. Not so much this week, but that was more of the Christmas and the holidays kind of taking over on that.
Yeah, oh God, yeah.
But already got plans to go tomorrow and Friday.
Nice.
So that's the whole thing. It's just like get healthier. I don't want to. It's not the goal to get ripped. It's the goal to get healthy.
Yeah.
It's kind of one there. The other one is to start taking. I had a similar one. It's start taking the content for the podcasts and what you and me are doing a bit more seriously. Actually, start pumping out the content and start working out and growing it. Work with you get the social media going and play that angle more, so that way we can actually grow this into something that, and if maybe like 5 years down the road, it kind of sustains itself.
Yep.
Like if we need to, like, it's not even to make a living off of it. It's just like, oh, let's get a new microphone with the money that we made from the show.
Yep. Yeah, just something.
Yeah. But it's not so much just like the monetary thing. It's like, I've always enjoyed being creative with you. We always have the laughs. Like back, like I'll mention again, like when we did when we were getting into VR, all like the exploring the worlds and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
That it brought a little bit of that magical element back. And if we can, even if the world's kind of got its shade of gray, if we can create some content that just has that little bit of a spark in it,
yeah,
I'm gonna be happier for it.
Yeah. And you have fun while doing it.
Yeah. Like, I really want to do that snow trucker thing and get the green screen on the back of your truck and do the segments and all that.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of like the first project in mind. I think if we were to do I just kind of want to do that thing where it's like, it's a little YouTube series, a little bit of a skit, and the whole rest of the episode in it too.
Yeah. Yeah. I think like we can really expand it.
Yeah, and I think that will be great for your photo shoot kind of creativity thing there, because you know, coming up with the skits and stuff like that, getting creative there.
Yeah.
Like if we were to do Outlast Trials, which is another one I was thinking of, right? If we just dress up in like pajamas and we're like sneaking around in the dark and a floodlight comes on and we scatter.
Yeah. I literally got floodlight pajamas. So yeah, no, this works.
Yeah. Because like if you've seen any content of that, it's like the guys are just like in raggedy clothes with these like night vision things bolted to their heads trying to escape through this labyrinth.
No, I like that. Yeah.
So I've been writing down skit ideas for that. I do want to rope you into the Cyberpunk campaign.
I'm trying my hardest here, man. I can't.
Why not?
No, not on the show. God damn it.
I'm telling you.
Don't dress me down in front of...
I know she's busy,
Yeah.
but you...
Hey, I should be busy. That's my
you
problem.
should be,
yeah.
but you're just drinking.
Yeah.
You snitched on yourself on the
Yeah, I
show,
know.
bud.
I should be... Anyways, dig you. What, any other resolutions?
To get my debt sorted.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. I want to get my debt sorted, and then after that, it's go into more debt and get a down payment on a vehicle going.
Yeah, you're saying you want to get something newer, something reliable. Makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, what's what happens when you're driving like 2006 and like 2023? Well, they only really carry parts for 15 years ago, and well, it might feel like 2006 was 15 years ago, but it's really feeling like it ain't.
No. All right.
Yeah, that's it for the resolutions.
Okay, so then that's it for our holiday special. Thank you so much for listening. I already got all mushy at the end of the recorded Amherst Island broadcast. But once again, thank you so much for hanging out with us this year. It's been a great creative outlet for both of us and a great time to hang out. And it's always been good that you guys can come out and listen to us too and enjoy it, have a few laughs with us, learn a little bit, and be nerdy. Anything you want to say, Derek?
Well, once we start recording in person again, when that gets a little bit easier,
Yeah.
I can't wait to see where the show's gonna go from that point. I can only imagine it's gonna get a little bit more personal.
Yeah.
In more ways than I can predict.
All right. Well, thank you so much for listening to this episode of On the Rewind Holiday Special Extravaganza, whatever you want to call it. Thank you.
Happy New Year's.
Thanks for listening to On the Rewind.